Hey there, guys. We all know it's important to provide our animals a wide variety of enrichment opportunities, but sometimes that can be a little bit easier said than done. The fact of the matter is that we're all human, and sometimes we fall into a favorites trap. We start providing items that are either our favorite things to provide or something we perceive to be an animal's favorite thing to interact with, which can be fun, but it isn't providing that variety that is needed. So if you have a little bit of difficulty providing variety in enrichment opportunities for your animal, in today's video, we're going to talk about how to ensure you are providing randomized enrichment opportunities utilizing dice. So if that is something you guys are interested in seeing, you want to make sure to stick around because that's going to be coming up right after this. Guys, this is Jack over at Hi Redbird, where I am tirelessly working to find new ways to make the keeping of exotic animals and pets more exciting, more affordable, and ultimately more enjoyable. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about how to provide randomized variation in your approach to enrichment. For animals, being in a rigid schedule can be a little bit mundane. The point of enrichment is to provide a variety of new and different things that our animals can react to. So if they fall into a very strict schedule, or if we're always providing the exact same items, the animal isn't going to get those same benefits. So for today's video, I'm going to talk about how to provide a variety of different enrichment opportunities utilizing dice. Now, the point of the dice, you're going to roll the dice every single day, every single time you provide your enrichment, and you are going to create enrichment based on what kind of dice rolls you get. Now, there are a couple of different ways to utilize this, but for this purpose, I'm actually going to be showcasing an approach that was taught to me by my friend Robin Sullivan of the Leather Elves. She has a pretty unique take on how to utilize dice to encourage you to challenge yourself to provide new and different forms of enrichment. So the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to categorize our enrichment. We are going to categorize it based on what type of enrichment it is. So it might be categories such as visual, auditory, olfactory enrichment. You may be thinking about things like foraging toys, tactile toys. You could even divide it into categories such as foot toys, socialization, training. There are a bunch of different categories that you guys can use. On the screen, I'll show you guys a breakdown of a basic category system I am going to use. Now, I am going to be using this with a 6-sided die, so I am going to have 6 different enrichment categories. But you can do this a little bit differently. It's pretty easy to find dice that have a 10-sided die, a 20-sided die, so you can create as many enrichment opportunities, or rather enrichment categories, as you would like. The other fun thing you can do with this, you can weight your enrichment categories. If you think foraging is a much more important category than visual enrichment, maybe if you roll a 1, you'll provide visual enrichment. But if you roll a 2, 3, or 4, then you provide a foraging opportunity. So you can weight those categories to give precedence to the categories you think are more important. It's completely up to you. This is your setup. Now, the way that this gets really, really interesting is with our second dice roll. So with our second dice roll, we are going to be showing what type of material we are going to use in the enrichment that we are putting together. And when you combine these two factors, that's where you have the opportunity to provide some really nice, interesting enrichment. Now, some of these categories are going to flow very, very easily. If you have something like visual enrichment and then you roll to include browse or cuttings of edible plants, You could utilize browse to block part of the viewing windows of your animal's enclosure. That is going to be a great ability to provide visual enrichment utilizing browse. Now, if you had to provide auditory enrichment utilizing browse, you can see that that gets a little bit trickier. You may have to think outside the box for that one. One of my friends actually gave me a really good idea for that. You just provide the browse as normal and then have a fan that is blowing on the browse, which causes the leaves of something like bamboo or mulberry to rustle, which is then going to go ahead and provide auditory enrichment utilizing browse. So again, with the materials that you are using, you can use as many different categories for that as you would like. You can weight the categories, and if you come up with a odd number of categories, a number of categories that doesn't regularly fit a die that you can commonly find, you can of course go online and utilize a random number generator. You can utilize this for both your enrichment categories and your material categories. Pick however many numbers you need and it'll come up with a number inside that range. It's going to be the exact same thing as a dice roll, but you're not limited to how many sides of a die you guys are going to be able to find, because some numbers are going to be a lot harder to find in terms of a die. A 6-sided die, an 8-sided die, a 10-sided die are pretty common. If you wanted only 5 categories, that would be a little bit trickier. So it's a pretty easy system for coming up with a wide variety of different items, things that you wouldn't normally come up with. So it's definitely something that I encourage you guys to go ahead and try out. So if you guys have dice that are just sitting around the house, I think it'd be a great thing for you guys to try out. But I do love hearing from you guys, so let me know. Does this seem like something you would like to try to provide variety for your animals? If so, leave a comment down in the comment section below, letting me know that you want to try it, because I want to try to come up with methods and tools and things that will help you guys. So knowing what you guys are going to be able to use definitely helps me to provide the best quality content for you guys. So I do want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Hi Redbird channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on any fun videos. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. I need to say thank you to my Patreon patrons for helping to make these videos possible. You can find out more by visiting Hi Redbird on Patreon or clicking the link in the description section down below if you would like more information. Thanks!